Hey everyone, this is the Coco right here, making a video about my book series, The Plates of Kokoro. So the Plates of Kokoro series is a fantasy adventure, you could even call it an epic fantasy. If you like Dragon Ball, if you like Harry Potter, if you like Avatar Last Airbender, if you like things like Lord of the Rings, that type of stuff, this is for you. You will love this. And I'm not saying that because I like it. Of course I like it. I wrote it. But it will not disappoint. You will love the Plates of Kokoro. Let me tell you about it and why. So, Plates of Kokoro, the main protagonist of this series is Ataza. That is not Ataza on the cover. That is Emperor Tannen of the Jashok Emperor. This is Volume 1, Plates of Kokoro and the Jashok Emperor. Volume 1 is a 60,000 word book, which I guess you could say is about, it's not a short book, it's not a long book. I would say it's probably 2/3 the length of your average Harry Potter novel. So what is the Plates of Kokoro about? Well, I'll read you the description of Volume 1 because I don't want to give away too much information. I don't want to spoil you too much. What I'm going to start doing is reading Volume 1 here on YouTube so that you can follow along and you can listen to the book and perhaps have an interest in it and enjoy it. Because look, I'm a self-published author. There's 4 books to this series. I am currently writing Volume 5. There's one thing that I know, and that is the hardest part about trying to get people interested is not necessarily even noticing you. I have tons of people notice my book series. They compliment the covers. They compliment the story. They compliment, the captions that I give with some of the images that I've had drawn, and it's captivating and it's interesting and it has their attention. And the problem is, a lot of them still don't buy it. They like it. They think it's great. They don't purchase it. But it's not even so much that. I've had people purchase the books. The problem is just getting them to read it. I guess it's hard for people to just sit down and read a book nowadays. Even if the book is online, and there's a Kindle version. You can download Kindle for free. You can buy the book on Kindle for $3 on Amazon, or you can buy the paperback for $10 on Amazon. It's up to you. But even then, there's still a lot of people, perhaps in this market, that don't want to read. And the Plates of Kokoro, it's kind of like Harry Potter in the sense that if you're 7 years old, you can fall in love with it. But if you're 27 years old, you can also fall in love with it. And that's what's so good about this. It's not just for young kids. It's not just for teens. Even adults can like this stuff. Like I said, lots of inspiration from Dragon Ball, lots of inspiration from Avatar, Last Airbender, Harry Potter, you name it. So let's read this description for Volume 1, just so you have a little bit of a sneak peek as to what the story's about. Legend says if the mystical plates of the Kokoro Temple aren't returned to their resting place, the world will never be the same. The caretaker there, Master Earnshoe, assigns Ataza, a young martial artist who desires nothing more than a purpose, to complete the task of finding all 7 plates. Each plate is made of a different metal of antiquity and is represented by one of Kokoro's animal arts. Ataza trains in the eagle art to aid his quest around the world. Tannen, the Jashok Emperor and member of the shark art, is also on the hunt for the plates. Ataza must complete his mission, confront some of Earth's greatest creatures, and take on the entire Joshok Empire in the process, including the cruel Emperor. Along the way, he learns lessons about life, makes a team of martial artists, and puts his abilities to the test in a tournament that could decide the fate of the plates. Whenever something goes right, a twist follows. Will the plates make it home and be saved? Join Ataza on his thrilling adventure of action, mystery, faith, and good versus evil. So that's the description for Volume 1. And just to give you a little bit more about Ataza. Because it's important as a reader to connect with the main character. And there's something that purposely I've done with Ataza. Let me get into that in a little bit. Let's get to the beginning. So Ataza starts out in the book, the beginning of the first chapter. He's a 4-year-old boy, and he is in a village that has been decimated by an illness that has run its course through his village and killed off all of his people, his villagers. And his father, Icon, is one of the last remaining villagers, and he tells his 4-year-old son, Ataza, to run away. He tells him to escape and to get out before the disease gets him. So, 4 years old, independent as he can be at that age, Ataza runs away in tears, leaves his village behind, and escapes the wrath of this deadly illness. The story quickly fast forwards 4 years. Ataza's been living alone. Again, very independent. He goes back and forth between his abandoned village, not just for food. He obviously hunts for food. He takes care of himself. He's got, he's self-taught in martial arts. I mean, he was taught at a younger age, but during these 4 years that he's all alone, he's self-taught. He's self-taught in education, basically going back into his village, into the library, and just taking books and just learning about things. So he's completely independent, doing things on his own for 4 years. Eventually, and this is right like into the first chapter still of the first volume, this book right here. Ataza is wondering what's out there for him. Like, there's something else he's supposed to be doing. And he asks for his purpose. What is my purpose in life, he says. And a voice from the sky tells him to follow the light. And there's a light that appears in the woods. And basically, not to give too much away, Ataza follows the light, and it leads him to a temple called the Kokoro Temple. He meets his master. He learns about the Plates of Kokoro that reside in this temple. And the rest is history. Obviously, there's so much more to this story. But that is how it begins. I hope that kind of picked up your interest. I'm going to do another video here covering some manga panels that I've had drawn for me by my artist in Hong Kong. He's drawn the first 2 chapters of Volume 1. That's it, but it's impressive. There's 53 chapters in this book, so only 2 chapters. It's really not enough for me to go by, so I'm going to start making videos after that, reading the book. And, being able to listen to it on YouTube might pick up a better interest than, hoping people will actually open the book, because I can't physically make them open the book and read it. I can't do that. So I will be making videos reading Volume 1, and maybe I'll pick up some interest. But before I close this video out, this is Volume 1, Plates of Kokoro and the Joshok Emperor. And this is Volume 2. I'm not going to tell you anything about the character on here. You're just going to have to wait, or you can go on the Amazon.com right now and purchase these books for yourself. But this is Plates of Kokoro and the Prophet's Curse. That's Volume 2. This is volume 3, Plates of Kokoro and the Greatest Queen Ever. And, oh, sorry, that's part of my manga. That's volume 4. I cropped the image of the cover of the book. That's Plates of Kokoro and the Embodiment of Cancer. And that's all 4 books together that I have self-published right now. Just to give a brief history of the books, I started writing the book series, Plates of Kokoro, in the fall of 2011. So it's been 7 years. I guess 6.5 really. Yeah, 6.5 years I've published 4 books. I think that's pretty good. I'm currently writing volume 5 right now. Excuse me. And I revealed the title for that one on Instagram a couple days ago. Volume 5 will be called Plates of Kokoro and the War on Fate. It is the... I want to end this video, but it is the climax, the peak of the series, Volume 5. Not sure how many books to this series there's going to be. There's going to be at least 7. At least 7 books. 4 of them are self-published right now and available to you to purchase on Amazon.com. Currently writing Volume 5. But anyway, thank you for watching. And subscribe, please. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video. And don't only subscribe, hit the bell. Hit the bell so you can get all of my notifications, because I'm going to start reading Volume 1. And I'm going to read it on video. I'm going to read a few chapters at a time. That way you can just listen and follow along. Yes, basically you won't have to buy Volume 1. Hey, if I got to read it for free to get my story out there, because I'm that confident that people will love this, then that's fine with me. That is totally fine with me. And I want to pick up fans. I want people to hear my story. So, thank you for watching. And I will talk to you all soon.